Today I just want to do a quick video. I finally got my Lexen um, film. I want to tint some of the windows, but I wanted to test this film. And as you can see, one's 50%, one's 15%. This is the darkest one, and this is almost transparent. The reason I got this is because, well, most people like to do dark, but I like to keep it pretty much light, and I wanted to see how this actually looks on the front windows, because when you're driving you want to make, you want people to see you when whether you're making a left or right. Sometimes you need to make eye contact, number one. Number two, you don't want that to be too dark, because obviously you can get a ticket. So this one should be pretty light, and I thought I'd try it. And two, I already tinted two of the windows on one of the cars with the, what do you call it, the film from Walmart. I didn't have enough, so one window I did it twice. The other one I didn't have enough, so I kind of it wasn't a good tint, but it was a good practice. But since I didn't have enough, that's why I got these, so I can at least practice a little more. Let me see what else. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't know why people are tinting really dark, because you will get a ticket eventually. You'll get stopped. At least here in California, you will. Two, the only thing about the Lexen is that they're in the East Coast. I'm in the West Coast, so it takes about a week just to get it ground, the free shipping or whatever. So they're pretty far for me, so that's the only downside. I mean, I didn't need them, so, but if you do buy from them and you actually do this on a daily basis, you better order ahead of time, because it does take a while, unless you pay for extra shipping. What else did I want to mention on this? Let me see, I'm trying to think. So like anything else, it's just practice. You practice and you get a little better. My edges are a little better because I don't have the light coming through. I haven't done this in a long time. I just occasionally do a window here and there on my cars, but I want to get a little more practice. I did find out that with the old seals that get so hard, it's hard to even try to put the film in there. So I started just cutting along the line or next to it, because it's almost impossible just to get the film in there. My water and soap was a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to say dry, but it would stick the film on there, so it was hard to move, for me to move it after placing it on there. So I did get some no-name baby shampoo to add to that, to make it a little bit easier to move the film. So that's something else you find out as you practice. And so I just did water and soap just to test it out. The front windows, you don't necessarily need to shrink. I don't have a cord next to where I'll be doing this, so on one window I did find out it was fine. On the other window, it kind of not what was the word I want to use? It just crunch a little bit, because I couldn't get it on the gasket. So that's why I'm telling you, it's just one of those things. You just got to practice it. But most people usually use 20%. I thought 20% was a little bit lighter, because you can still see into the rear windows. I want it a little darker, because I want to make sure there's a little bit of privacy, but I don't want it too dark like the 20 or the 5%. And also on the rear, because when you at nighttime you get those bright lights, or some cars are just super light LEDs. So that's why I want to get something a little bit darker, but not go completely dark. So this is just one before the 5%. Then you get 5, which is like the limited. Then you have 15. Then you have 20. It's a little minor difference, but this one is the opposite end. The 50% is actually on the other end of the percentage that you get. And this one I haven't seen too many people use, because they like to do their front windows dark, but I don't want to do that. So I want to try that one. and even if it's just a tiny bit, it'll still help with the sun, even though summer is completely gone now. But you know, it's just something to try out later on. So yeah, summer's gone, so it's getting cooler. Actually, it's overcast today, but this is what I'm starting with, and at least this will give me plenty to practice with on the front windows and the back windows. Except for one car has a really wide window, so I may have to go 2 strips. You know, it's what I got instead of trying to order a huge piece, which you know it would be nicer, but it may be actually harder because trying to get shrinking on where the car is, it's gonna be a little tough for me, but we'll see. I mean, it's just something I'm gonna have to do later on, but I just wanted to make a quick video on that. For anyone that might be trying to test some film, this is 20 inches by 100. The reason I want 20 inches is because most of the windows are gonna fit the 20 inches from what I've noticed and what I've seen. And I also measured my windows or side windows on the cars, and 20 inches fine for those. The back window, it's, you know, that's debatable. Depends on if you're doing a car or a truck or some mid-size sedan. But the Mazda 3 is pretty wide. It's like, what was it, 37 inches or 40 inches? I forget what it was. But that's what I measure. The Revit is like the 20-inch will actually fit on that little window in the back. So I think that was fine if I remember right. But anyways, that's going to happen whenever I get to that eventually. But that's what this is. And just trying something different. And see what happens.